I did this really awesome intro and
we doing
nobody
this?
fucking heard it because I'm a fucking tool. But anyway, they heard me, but they didn't hear you guys. So we'll start again, and I will just start with
Welcome to the professional stylings of
welcome to the
potted
BCTV
crack.
podcast,
Sure.
where I know exactly what I'm doing exactly 100% of 10% of the time. Max,
I don't know if I can do that joke again.
well, we won't do the joke.
Well, we'll keep it for ourselves.
That will be our
one
little thing.
you can tuck away and you're.
Yeah.
I don't have a pocket on this side. You can pocket in this one.
Yeah, we'll just say fuck it. We'll just start with Max. It's good to have you here, man. Welcome to the podcast. Glad to have you. And we just basically asking how did you get started on Twitch, man? What drew you in? What is your origin of being a streamer and specifically an RA streamer?
We're doing the condensed version right now. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I just want to get that out of the way. All right, so damn it, I want to tell that joke again. It was so good.
Fucking tell it, man. Tell it.
No, the moment's lost on it. It was a bad joke about my parents like screwing. Or
I'm
something
sorry,
like that.
it's my
They told me
bad.
to start at the beginning. You want an origin story? And I'm like, well, back when mommy and daddy used to love each other, and then daddy left mommy for another mommy. And and then I came out, whatever. But 32 years later, I moved to New Hampshire. Basically to get out of New York. And I talked to a good friend of mine, a high school friend. He's a guy who convinced me to move up here. And I'm like, do you ever hear of Twitch before? He's like, no, what's that? And I started watching Twitch probably a couple of months right before I left New York. And I watched speedrunners exclusively, which was not my thing, to be honest. I respect speedrunning. I think it's really fascinating to watch, but I could never do it. I could do it in small, little, tiny bursts and pockets and whatnot. But
yeah, I mean, you have to really love a game to learn it in a way to speedrun it for sure.
But just that one game, you know what I mean? There's a couple of people who can run a handful of games, maybe up to 4 or 5, which is very impressive. But
I don't know. With the amount of time that Max spends on a lot of games, he could probably speedrun maybe 90%.
Probably speed Ninja Gaiden at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've always said retro achievements is actually a good, would be a good segue into speedrunning if somebody wanted to kind of ease their way into it. You start out with that, and then you're going to learn these games by doing the sets. That's just no other way to do it.
Fair.
Yeah.
I remember on the RA podcast, I actually mentioned, hey, like maybe there should be a separate entity for RA. Like RA speedrunning, just for like, and it's basically just speedrunning achievements and stuff like that.
Interesting.
And it would just be like practice for people who want to get into speedrunning a certain game. So when you master that, then you're like, hey, I could be world record holder at this game at one point.
So what you could have like an achievement for like a certain time, and then there would be different time brackets, maybe just to kind of increment your way. And cool.
As long as they call it RAO Speedwagon, I'm totally sold.
Oh my God.
See, the stuff writes itself, man.
It does.
Oh God.
Anyway, I was in New Hampshire, and I mentioned it to my friend, and he had all this equipment. He was big, and he had a whole bunch of monitors. He had an arcade system set up in his house and stuff like that. So he knew what he was doing technologically wise. He's the guy who helped me out get started. We started together, and that's why I'm GameSquadSquad, because it wasn't just me to begin with.
Okay.
I called it GameSquadSquad because I thought the name was incredibly stupid and hokey. It's like like whatever it is, like Game Pro or Game Homie or games. I think there was a Game Squad. I'm like, yo, why don't we just put an extra squad at the end? That sounds really stupid.
We're the Game Super Friends.
That's extremely redundant right there at that point. So that's your GameSquadSquad. But there were other members at one point, many, many moons ago.
Okay.
But so I always had a falling out, a long time ago, and he wanted to continue doing more of reproduction cart stuff and nonsense, and we both did conventions together. But he was more interested in just selling stuff, and I was more interested in providing content.
Sure,
that's what I wanted to do. So I remember going to a convention with him one time, and he was just like kind of like selling his stuff, which I get. You're allowed to sell the stuff and stuff like that, but you're just like. You're totally like shitting on that with the fact that we stream, we do this, we do a whole bunch of neat things. We make videos at the time we did. We made a whole bunch of old GameSquadSquad videos.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, well, this is the content that I want to create. So then I just took all the stuff and basically I was like, yo, you go do your thing and I'll just continue the GameSquadSquad name on Twitch because you seem to have zero interest in streaming, or at least streaming in a friendly. And I'm not the friendliest person on the planet, but like this guy's a fucking straight up asshole. He's like, hey, what's up? You're like, you can always like, hey man, I like Final Fantasy 7. He's like, that's a stupid game. Get on my chat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, like that kind of.
Oh, he's got an opinion about everything.
Not make friends on here. You know what I mean? You can have a disagreement. Final Fantasy 8 sucks, but
but you don't got to be a dick about it, right?
Yeah, you don't be a dick about it, you know.
8 kind of gives you the right to be a dick about
well, I mean, 8. Okay, I don't like 8 either, but I'm not just gonna go up to somebody and be like, "Oh, fuck, Final Fantasy 8 sucks. Why do you play that, loser?" You know.
I played. I'm sure you played through it too, both of you on your streams, and you had that one person come in and be like, "Man, Final Fantasy 8, I'm so glad somebody's playing this. This is my favorite game." Right. And I'm sitting there, I'm like. Like, who the fuck hurt you, man?
Yeah, right. Let's talk about this.
Right, I know, right?
Seriously, something wrong with this.
Yeah, exactly. So the GameSquadSquad was a reference to you and your friend that started, which is interesting because I came in obviously, or I met you long after I guess that was over. Yeah, when you were just Max or GameSquadSquad, I always assumed that the squad was just a reference to your community, and the people that hung out with you, because we all have our, I have the cave dwellers, and I always assumed you just had the GameSquadSquad. That's cool though.
It's metamorphosed into something like that, like
it evolved.
The squad. I can use that excuse because instead of somebody coming in and being like, "Why are you called GameSquadSquad if there's only one of you?" I'm like, "Oh, you're the squad. You're the squad.
You're the squad.
You are there. You're the squad. You're the squad. You're squadette. You're squadling."
Yeah,
little fella.
Exactly. You have different ranks of squad. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
Did you? You said you made like other content outside of Twitch during that time. I know you said it was what? How long ago was? What did GameSquadSquad
6 years ago? We did the videos before we did any of the. We teamed up with I don't want to plug. I mean, I haven't talked to these guys. I talk to them once a year or something like that. Video Games Monthly, which is an awesome service.
Okay.
The basically you give them like $30 a month and they send you 5 games: Genesis, Super Nintendo. Okay. They do PlayStation now, Dreamcast, Saturn, stuff like that. I was heavily involved with them. We had a partnership, and we would make stupid promo videos for them, and like doing dumb little things like fighting a tiger in the woods or something stupid. It was asinine. It was completely dumb. Get into a fist fight over Iron Tank for Nintendo. It was a horrible game.
Right?
Who cares? It was fun.
Right. Yeah, sounds fun.
This was like 6 years ago, and I think they were kind of in the whole deal where they kind of sided with him on matters, because they were going to conventions and basically selling a product. And I get that, I can't sell them without being like a complete like, hey, I'm the GameSquadSquad. I'm the Video Games Monthly guy, because I'm not. I don't work for them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I have to wear a Video Games Monthly T-shirt to get the video. Here's the Video Games Monthly cereal box. Here's the Video Game Monthly plush toy. Come on in. And then I'm just a shill.
The flamethrower.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I still will plug them because they do have a fantastic service, and they're a great bunch of guys.
Right.
Heavy drinkers. We drank with the guy who played Johnny Cage and Jax in the Mortal Kombat movies. The old
for
ones.
real?
And Jax likes his whiskey neat.
Oh, nice.
Not take it with ice cubes.
Interesting.
I learned that the hard way. And he's still big and very scary. So
I damn near did a fatality on me because I put ice cubes in his bourbon.
Yeah. I was like, look, I didn't make you drink. You're gonna yell at the waiter for burning your steak, moron.
Wow.
Nice.
But anyway,
Did you post that stuff up on YouTube, or are there?
It's on YouTube. It's not on my channel anymore. I'll send you links and stuff afterwards.
So did they just take over the YouTube then, or I'm sorry, I cut you off.
He took the YouTube. I basically made the new. I guess I'm GameSquadSquad on YouTube.
Okay.
He's something else, whatever label he runs under.
He's something else, but that's where those videos are. Okay.
But that's where the videos are. I'll post you some links and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
They were fun. I mean, you can go look for one right now. I forget what like GameSquadSquad something. I don't know.
I'm sure if we go to YouTube and just search GameSquadSquad, it'll come up.
Yeah, there were a couple of them.
Awesome.
But they were fun to do. They were fun to do. I don't get me wrong. They were a blast. A lot of people really liked them. Before I even met Barley, actually, Barley liked the first video we ever did before I even knew that his name, what his Twitch name was. It was under his real name under YouTube.
On YouTube.
I thought that was weird. I saw that like years later. I was like, you comment on that? He's like, yo, dude, that was you, man. And I'm like, yeah, I was the guy rolling in the bushes.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Nice.
it was just weird, small world that retro was back then.
Right.
Least, you know what I mean?
Still is.
Retro definitely is blown up infinitely. I want to stay, but at the same time, still very small. Everybody knows everybody, and it's like living in a small town.
Yeah, and we all have our own little corners, or our own little what do you call? I don't want to say cliques. That's not the right word, but we all have our own little separate communities within retro, and we all intermingle with the other communities. It's really an awesome little place on retro. And you're right, it is growing, but it is still have that small feel, and that's one of the things I love about it.
Perfect.
Yeah, now, a lot of fun memories in retro.
Oh, same.
You obviously you're an extremely entertaining person to watch. I can vouch for that.
Sometimes you catch me on a bad day. You know,
shut your
sometimes you're entertaining as fuck.
A little big baby. Sometimes
even when Angry Max is out, he's still entertaining.
Yeah.
Where did you get like the ability to be like in front of the camera and do this kind of stuff? Is there anything in your background? I know the answer to this question, but I'm trying to phrase it so nobody else knows it.
This is for the viewers at home.
I'm feeding the lines here. So where did you get started in the entertainment station?
Well, I needed a lot of money when I was 19 to pay my rent. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was a
found you on.
I was a professional. It's funny when we were prepping, my friend Carla, who I posted a picture of on Twitter about a couple of months ago. It was an old picture of me wrestling when I was 19. She just messaged me a picture. Let me see. So you can blow this up. This is me right outside the wrestling school when I was probably 18 or something like that, with my muscle car and my white hair.
Oh, look at that!
Outside the wrestling school.
You look like about half the guys I went to high school with.
Yeah, I'll post that. Yeah, that was back when we were listening to Hoobastank and shit.
It
was cool at the time. But I thought I'll post it on Twitter later or something like that because I got such a kick out of that. You know?
Nice.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, I used to be a professional wrestler. Wrestled Tito Santana. I got to wrestle. I got to train with the Iron Sheik, which basically just means roll around and give him crack. But whatever. But he was a funny dude, man. He was a funny guy.
I bet that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I had so many crazy ass adventures in wrestling. I wrestled for about 10 years on and off, and man, freaking that's why I always still have the ethics of, I still go tanning. Obviously, this is not my normal fucking complexion. I still go tanning. I still shave my fucking armpits.
Oh yeah.
I still freaking I still try to keep in shape. It's just ingrained in my DNA now.
I don't even wear deodorant anymore. Since COVID, I don't even wear deodorant anymore since COVID.
I mean, yeah,
that's a different.
I mean, if you were in this cave, with me, it is ripe in here. I'm just saying.
Like I said, Sunday is for wearing Saturday's clothes twice.
Exactly.
I got my 2-day one outfit right here.
Yeah,
I did dress up. I did dress up for the podcast, so I wanted to look professional.
Yeah, I have my like 3 or 4 logo or design tees or whatever you call it, graphic tees that I save for the weekend for my podcast or for the stream. Every other day, it's the same black T-shirt.
I dug through my laundry to find this Mega Man shirt.
There you go.
You got to wear that on Max.
All right.
So I got to wear the Mega Man. I should have worn the Mega Man.
So we are now competing on whoever is the most ripe. I'm voting Chard right now.
Right?
Maybe he's kind of sick right now.
But you said you dug it out of the hair. Oh, okay. It was clean.
It was in the clean pile.
Oh, the clean pile. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
This large pile of clothing next to me that no one can see.
So we all can agree that in our stream rooms, there's a doorknob high pile of used laundry that you have to dive into like Scrooge McFucking Duck to get tomorrow's clothes on. Is that it? Because that's how I do it.
Yeah. Yep.
I ain't showing you mine. There's somebody climbing it right now. They need an oxygen tank.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I might find my dog in there.
And some Febreze.
Oh, poor Seamus.
Poor
cat we've had. Couldn't tell you.
That's awesome. So go ahead.
How'd you get rocking in RA? How did we know your background, your entertainment background, and then
that's how I got in comfortable in front of the camera. It's like I like to perform and stuff like that. I performed in front of kids, at risk, already in risk children.
Yeah.
I want to say children, 15, 16-year-old psychopaths at Rikers Island. I performed at Rikers Island before. That was pretty scary as hell.
Oh wow,
fantastic. We had one girl in the wrestling school, and we brought her out of the curtain. I swear to God, I thought these motherfuckers were going to tear that bleacher right off the wall. I was scared to death.
Oh man,
absolutely scared to death. That was probably the most scared I was ever wrestling.
Holy crap!
It was like being at the other side of the fence in Walking Dead with the zombie horde.
Sure.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I think I would.
That pretty in a long time.
Yeah, I think I would react pretty strongly to that too. Wow.
Yeah, this I can share one wrestling story from that same show. Freaking, I remember there's one dude, Magic. He was probably about 45, African American gentleman and stuff like that. He did not give a crap. He gets in the ring and stuff like that. He's like, and he was just really good on the mic. He could just come out there and he didn't give a crap. He stood in front of these kids and said, "You know what the difference between you and me is? I get to go home." Wow. These kids went nuts. I swear to God, I'm like sitting there, and I was already out of costume. I already took the all sandwich.
That's beautiful.
And I was like sitting at ringside, and I'm like, I'm getting my howdy doody looking ass out of here. I'll tell you that much.
That's awesome, though. Oh my God.
I balls of fucking.
I both wish I could have been there, and I'm glad I wasn't at the same time.
I was scared to death. I'm like sitting there like a ferret.
Yeah, just freeze. Like,
oh God! I better find a underside of a door to sneak under.
Play dead. Just play dead. Yeah.
Wow. So how did you get started in RA? We know you are the undisputed champion of RA, #1 in retro achievements. Tell us about that story. I know that's going to be probably a lengthy piece since you've been doing it for so long, but please share with us how you got to where you are in RA.
I got started very late in RA, according to how long the website's been. I think the website's been around maybe 2012 or 2013, and never even heard of it.
Oh yeah, wow. I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, I just heard of it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like 3 years ago for me when I first started. I had no idea, and when I first started, it was January 2nd, 2016, just because I remember the first badge I ever got was Mega Man 1. Nice. And I got involved because I had a high school friend found the GameSquadSquad channel. This kid, my kid, he's 6 months older than me. You might remember from my channel, Rise Above. Oh,
yeah, okay. Yeah,
okay, that's
I went to high school with him.
Nice.
And he found me on Twitch, and he's like, "Hey, man, you play retro games all the time." But because back then, before retro achievements, I was definitely the definition of a variety streamer. Anybody who's been around long enough back then, I was playing Dead Space, I was playing, Skyrim, whatever I just felt like playing for the day. I'd be like, "Hey, we're playing Miss Pac-Man today." Next day, we're playing Doom 64. I don't know. Who cares,
Right.
Mm-hmm. It was just all over the place. There's no cohesion.
Sure.
This kid came out. He's like, "You're here, retro achievements?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll check it out. Never heard of it, but yeah, I'll check it out." Months later, he's like, "Hey, did you check out that website I sent you?" I'm like, "No, man, no." No, I didn't check it out. He's like, "You gotta check it out, man. You're playing a lot of retro." I'm like, "All right." Yeah. So I think the third time, you get 3 strikes and then you're an asshole. The third time he comes in, I'm like, "I'm gonna check it out right now."
Check it out, right?
I check it out, and I sat there, and it was like the Willy Wonka song, "World of Pure Imagination" starts playing.
Yeah,
I'm looking at all these grayed out things. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. I'm like, so I can play all these games I'm playing right now, but it's like Xbox 360 achievements, which I was very much into. I loved achievement hunting when they introduced that.
So you're already liking getting achievements in modern stuff. Yeah,
but I was nowhere near on the competitive level I am now with retro achievements. I was just kind of like, I like this game, I want to bet. I wasn't about like playing a game I don't even care about just for the points. That's a lot. There was no strategy involved.
Well, I think what it is. Oh, go ahead. You're still going.
I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, man. No, I was just going to say that. So I mean, when you're playing a modern game, though, you're usually playing it for the first time, and you don't have those memories of it, and that's what retro achievements brings back. I mean, so I'm saying the achievements don't seem to matter, at least to me, as much in the modern stuff. But with those, you have the memories and you have the nostalgia, and then you get to re-experience things, from your childhood a lot of times, and get the achievements. I think that's what adds that extra layer, and I think that's why a lot of people appreciate retro achievements more than modern achievements. At least the guys that do retro achievements.
1000%. Think about it this way, Bud. Name a game on Nintendo you haven't beaten yet.
That I haven't beaten yet?
Yeah, don't say Battletoads.
Mega Man 1.
Mega Man 1.
Mega Man 1, yeah.
you will build the memory of beating it for the first time for retro achievements. When you do it, you know what I mean? Absolutely. You'll have that memory from it. When I'm a kid, I'm thinking of a game that I want to tackle real soon. Blaster Master. Never beaten it. I had no idea what the hell I was doing in Blaster Master. So I hope as a 38-year-old man, I'll be able to figure out what the hell I'm doing at this point. But I'll have the memory of finally beating it after renting it when I was like 6. And having a hard time. That's the appeal I get from it. It's like Battletoads I didn't beat as a kid. I beat it like 2 years ago for the first time. Ninja Gaiden I didn't beat until I was in my 30s. You know, like I never had, you know, like when I was a kid, the fun thing is I was horrible at games as a kid. I remember we had this neighborhood kid, Mike Tarantine, and his older brother. We'd bring him his games and watch him beat them for us. He was like a prodigy.
Oh wow!
Like, I was like, you know, you had the one kid in the neighborhood that's really can beat Castlevania 3 or something like that, and Ninja Gaiden 2, and we'd sit there. He'd be like, "You'll play this." He'd be like, "Okay," and he'd sit there, and they're like, "Wow, this kid's the coolest guy in the world." And like, meanwhile, I'm like, "No, he's not."
He's a nerd.
Yeah, he's like, "This guy's a fucking nerd, man."
Right. That's hilarious.
But back when you're like a little kid, you're like in awe of that.
It's like, oh my god.
I wanted to be like Mike Turrentine's older brother, who was probably named Mike 2. I don't fucking remember.
Who knows? Right? Yeah. Mike the
he
first.
Wasn't even the first Mike. They waited for the second one to make the first one.
Yeah, that's right.
I always think that the retro achievements aspect, because we do the achievements on PlayStation and on Xbox and all that stuff, and they're not as gripping for whatever reason. But I think sharing it with your group, your community, with Gal and Max and you and Frank and all those guys, and having the bragging rights, it's kind of like fantasy football a little bit with the bragging rights. I know you're not into the whole football thing, but it's that kind of thing where, well, I beat this guy today, so now I got this badge. Now you got to fucking come and get it, kind of thing. It's almost a way to entice people to get into it too.
I find it incredibly healthy competition, to be honest. As long as there's nothing spiteful or mean or like, oh hey, this guy can't beat a freaking I don't know, whatever game. Blaster Master. I didn't beat it yet. I didn't play it yet. But so some people out there that can 1cc it. You know what I mean? That's awesome. Cool. Right.
I don't see any of that in the retro achievements community, any kind of like gatekeeping or anything like that, or any ridicule. Everybody is always really encouraging and they always cheer you on. I find quite the opposite. I don't think that's quite unique to that community, but I think it's kind of a rarer thing these days, to have that kind of, just friendship and that kind of support, I guess, structure that you have within our community.
A lot of the people that come on that say shit that don't know what you're doing, they don't know what you're doing, so they don't have any basis to say it on.
Exactly.
If they're saying, you really suck at this, they're like, you don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to do, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, you're not too good at this. I'm like, have you ever beaten Bebop without getting hit?
Yeah, right.
Asshole.
Right.
Like, why are you trying to do that? I'm like, oh my God, somebody hit RA, quick, educate, please. Jesus Christ.
I've had people come in and be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you even trying to? And I'll be like, well, and then I tell them, well, it's retro achievements, and I tell them what it is, because like you said, they'd have no idea what the hell it is. And I'll be like, well, it's retro achievements, and I'll pop the link and go check out the site. And I don't know how many people I've gotten to actually start doing retro achievements just from that kind of interaction. So, it could be a positive thing too, even if they're at first seem kind of like they're not being dicks, but if they're questioning what it is and questioning your abilities and stuff.
I mean, it is a very, I don't even want to say close knit, but it's surprising how far retro achievements has come in the last 3 years. Even I got a message from I got a message from somebody on Twitter the other day, this Shinra Shinobi guy or something like that, or Shinobi something, and he's like, oh, greetings from Brazil. I've watched you for many years, and I'm so happy to know you and be in your chat and this, and it's like, it's amazing how many people that are all over the planet that can just like really just appreciate doing what you're doing when you're trying to just do what you're trying to do. Which is
it's a lot of fun.
I'm absolutely not doing anything super duper amazing or exciting or whatnot, for the most part. It's pretty much repetition until I get it done.
It's one of those it's one of those things anybody can get into. It's real easy to get into, and it's real easy to get your first achievement and kind of get that taste for it, but it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time and tenacity to play at a high level, or especially the top level, like someone like yourself.
fucking play Ninja Gaiden that much over.
You gotta look at it. You rabid dog never lets go, man.
Yeah.
Once you buy it, once it sinks its teeth, then you never let go.
Yeah. Would you say that most of it is you seem to associate more of it with like tenacity, like I'm just a stubborn son of a bitch. I'm just going to keep doing it until I get the fucking thing. How much of it is skill, or just how much of it is just a luck, or what? How would you describe that?
It's a whole grouping of everything coming together in the perfect storm. I want to say it's on, because there are plenty of other streamers out there that are better game players than me, 100%. You know what I mean? But you have to also be willing to go. It's kind of like speedrunning. I can compare that to speedrunning, where you just when you see somebody bashing their head against the wall trying to get like a 0.02 second improvement on their PB, and I'm like, not too different from what I'm trying to do, or you guys.
Sure.
When we try to get that achievement, you get that. When there's nothing more irritating on the planet than a whole entire set completed, except for that one grayed out square.
Right.
And you become obsessed with it.
So there's a bit of OCD in there too, it seems like. Which I think we all share that. Yeah, that one gray square is torture.
Thing. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, OCD makes sense for an extreme sense, but I think of it's more of a, I just can't leave till it's done. Like,
just a completionist.
It's not something I think about it over and over again, but
yeah,
I won't move forward until I.
So you just keep coming back to it.
I feel like Max is the same way.
Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
There you go.
So, man, you're
what?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, man. I mean, you're a pillar of the community, Max. I mean, you've been around for a long time. You're one of the first people that I ever ran into doing retro and gaming, and you've been part of some awesome charity events. You've organized or helped organize a lot of charity events, like RMW, for example. Have you always been interested in things like charity? Did that start when you were doing the wrestling? Sounds like you were playing. Sounds like you talked about doing an event at like, I guess, a juvenile center, and I don't know if that was a charitable thing, but how did that get started?
When I wrestled with El Sandwich, I wrestled at a church, kind of like Nacho Libre, to be honest. Right? So we did a lot of youth. There's a lot of helping communities and stuff like that. We did that as an outreach kind of program. It was basically like a kind of like just to entertain them, because they have nothing going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if we entertained them. We sure did piss them off. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, shit, I guess so. Yeah.
I think that was kind of pointless, but
right.
But yeah, I've always been interested in doing charity. I always enjoy, like, Toys for Tots and stuff like that. Fuck cancer, et cetera, et cetera. I've never had any aspirations really to start my own charity for the most part, but I just saw that there was definitely a spot missing in the retro community that desperately needed some reinvigoration, and that was the charity. That was charity.
Yeah.
We needed to, and we came and we kicked ass. We kicked ass twice. I mean, the last one we did $8,000 in 24 hours. I mean, that ain't nothing to sniff at,
And I'm proud that I got to be a part of that, and you too, Chard.
Secondary.
Yeah. We should all wear the RMW shirts today.
I got mine. It's right over there in the closet. I should get the damn
mine's
thing.
in the pile.
Yeah.
Mine's in the pile too. I don't know.
It's clean. I swear it's clean.
Oh, mine's hanging in the closet on a hanger. Yeah.
We started with DGDS back in the day. Jay, Not Enough Credits. He came into my channel a long time ago, late 2017.
Yeah.
And he didn't like my content because I was just sitting here ranting and raving, being a drunk lunatic, screaming at this stupid fucking game. He had no idea, Yeah. And I remember him sitting there. He's like, "Oh, you do retro achievements? I heard of that." He's like, "Well, what rank are you?" I'm like, 2. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Right. 2.
It's like, number 2. It's like, man, freaking, we should get together and do something. I'm like, yeah, maybe everyone do a charity event. We should get together and do that. And 2 months later, he got a hold of me, and the first DGDS went underway with myself, Jay, Pierce, Zash. Who else we have? Kitten Panda, Traz, and
oh wow,
who the hell was the last person? Yeah,
killer lineup.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a lot of fond memories of those days. That was a little bit before me. I didn't come in until month 2, but yeah, and I was introduced to that through NEC, and then I was introduced to RA through you because you were the first person I noticed that was really hunting them and going after that. But yeah, a lot of fond memories of those days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed out on month 1 and 2. I think it came in 4. I was going to be on 3, but I didn't have the gear. And Jay even was trying to work with me to try and get what I had to work with to go.
Yeah.
But we just couldn't make it happen, and it sucked. But from that point on, dude, it was just like instant friendship. As soon as I stepped into Max's stream, like the first time, Jay's like, "Go check these guys out. These are the people you're gonna be doing stuff with." I was like, "All right, I'll check it out." And I turned on Max. Was like, "What in the fuck is going on here?" And I couldn't turn away. It was amazing, and I've been stuck to it ever since. I've really truly enjoyed all the content that you've created, even if it's just unfiltered fucking madness just spewing forth. It is still amazing and very entertaining, at least in my opinion. I think it's fantastic.
I think the unfiltered madness is part of the beauty of it. Actually,
I love it.
It's great.
I was fucking gravitated towards it the minute I saw it. Even my wife's like, "That's a goofy name, GameSquadSquad. What's that about?" I was like, "This guy's killer," and she loves you. So we love it. We love the whole GameSquadSquad thing and the community that we formed around from that, like spanning from meeting you onward.
I appreciate it. I love both your content as well, my friends. You know,
well, thank you.
Like we've all came a long way since those early days. You know, there's always a reason behind whatever the hell I do on the channel. You know what I mean? I know when to reel it back a bit, and I know when to go full bore. Usually on Saturday nights. But, but you know, I sometimes I overstep my bounds quite a bit, and I'll regret it the next day or whatnot. And I'm not talking about like anything I say really on stream. I'm just like, oh, that was rude, or that was unfair, or something like that.
Yeah, we all have that. I think I've definitely had a few of those moments, even very recently. You know, where you go overboard a little bit, or you say something not really even meaning anything by it, but maybe it gets taken the wrong way. And I mean, we all run into that. But overall, man, it's a fun thing to do, just streaming in general. Yeah.
Streaming is incredibly fun. Yeah. Streaming is also a very tough balancing act.
Right.
It is a very tough balancing act. You're not always going to be able to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
And it's two things you always, I would give advice to anybody who wants to be a streamer. There's two things you're always going to have to be aware of. Not everybody's going to like you. Right. And you don't have to like anybody. You don't have to like everybody either. And you can't please everybody 100% of the time. That's it. It's your content's not going to be it for everybody, and you're not going to be able to produce something that's for everybody.
Right. Yeah, and you only make yourself miserable if you try.
You're going to spread yourself too thin.
Yeah. Right. And you're only going to make yourself miserable if you try. And the content's going to be spread thin, and it's not going to be authentic, and it's just not going to be as good. So definitely always better to be yourself, and just understand that you can't please anyone, just as you said.
And if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, then no one's going to have fun watching you not have fun.
Exactly.
That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, and there's a million different types of streamers for a million different types of viewers, Yeah.
See Max smirking over there. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're having fun within the hate that you play with.
It's true. I mean, like I DM'd Frank last night, and I said, "Yo, thanks for requesting Contra Hardcore." Like, it's miserable playing it on stream, but I love the game. Shit,
right?
It's just a wall breaker,
Right.
What are some of your favorite moments within either any of the charity events we did, or just like in streaming in general? We'll just cast a wide net. What is your do you have like a favorite top moment in streaming that you just go back to every time and go, God, that was fucking awesome?
I mean, I'll just going back to even the last RMW, even the first RMW, just coming in there like gangbusters and whipping ass, like fucking the whole formula is just. I'm like, pardon me, but 12 virtual fucking nobodies coming out of nowhere in retro and just kicking ass in 24 hours and making money for charity. That's the point of charity, is to make money for charity.
Right.
The be all to end all. That's we did a lot of good things.
Yeah.
And I mean, together, all three of us, and 9 other people involved.
9 other people.
And the same the people who were involved in the first ones in the 12 in the first RMW.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. My thanks.
Everybody brought their A game.
You know?
Yeah.
The third DGDS, I think, was my favorite. The third one. I think you guys might have. I think Chard Monk just missed that one.
Missed it.
I think was in there.
I was in it.
That was the huge 72-hour, like Friday afternoon to like Monday morning. I think I went on last.
Yeah.
And I sang Country Roads at the very end, and I was just fucking, because I was fucking drinking the whole weekend.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm gonna be coming in late today.
Did you even sleep that weekend?
Probably not.
Oh man, I don't think anybody got sleep that weekend.
Yeah, the organizers are always like up for like most of the time. You guys got so little sleep during those events.
Yep.
I mean that's another reason why RMW I wanted to do that. It was just kind of like everybody can do that. You don't have to stick around the whole fucking time, but if you can stay up for like 8 hours of it,
I think I prefer the RMW style because it was more. Well, I mean, it was simpler. It was easier to run, and it was as effective, if not more effective. And everybody brought their A game, and it was just an amazing experience and an amazing event. And we raised $8,000 in 24 hours.
Extremely proud.
Just
of
being
that.
ourselves. Yeah,
I hope everybody's proud of that.
Oh, I'm super proud of that.
Are you kidding me? That's like a nice big feather in our cap.
If I were to name my highlight of Twitch, RMW would be way up there for sure.
Can wholeheartedly agree.
Super happy about hearing you guys say that about that, because it was a lot of fun.
It goes to that question.
You never know when the call may arise again.
Hey, the phone's always ready.
Desperados might need to ride again. The scumbags and scoundrels of retro.
Always available to do some scumbaggery. Always available.
Yo, me too. I'm doing it right now.
It's the number 3 there. He's got to go get it. I'm not gonna dig through this pile.
It's gonna be backwards because Discord.
We the third month that you guys did it, and Jay was trying to work with me to squeeze me in there. I literally called Lord Optic, my best friend. He lived 30 minutes away from me at the time, and I was like, bro, I'll download all this shit, get everything set up. This is the game I want. I sent him the ROM, and I was like, have it ready, because if somebody drops out, I'm fucking there. Because you called us the backup dancers when I first got into it. It's like,
I didn't call you a backup dancer.
You didn't. Jay did.
Is that a Jay thing? Yeah.
I went with it, and I literally sat by my phone, waiting for anybody to just be like, "It's go time," and I was ready to go, and I was gonna go spend the night at his house and just stay there and hang out. I'm glad it didn't happen, because that would have been a fucking nightmare to get all that stuff situated, and I'm glad it went smoothly. But fourth month, I was fucking ready to go.
Well, look at both of you right now. Look at you both right now. You're both awesome retro streamers in your own right. You know what I mean? People know the name Chard. People know the name Bud Cave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bud Paget first before that.
Yeah.
You guys have forged your own legacy here in retro. Just, keep at it. You staked your claim, and here you are. While we're all sitting here in this fucking room together right now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been a wonderful journey, and I mean, just I am proud of all of you guys, and I'm also proud, of what I've been able to achieve. I try not to say it too much, because we all got to try to stay humble. But I started out with this whole thing, never having entertained in my life, and you should see some of my early shit. It wasn't that great, but you guys were the ones that gave me but you guys gave me a chance and let me participate in DGDS with you, and I am forever grateful for that. And I think that is part of that's part of how I got the name, for one thing, but it gave me some confidence and helped me along the way and helped me grow into the streamer I am today. And I'm not just kissing your ass. That is the way it was. That's what happened. And but I mean, I appreciate that, and hearing you say that is very heartwarming, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Certainly, you both should be 100,000% proud of where you sit right now, which is not just in a chair in your room,
right?
But as retro entities. That's what I want to call it. People know your fucking name. That's what I look at and say. When people know your fucking name. That's not like I was about to say your family, like Olive Garden. When people know your name, your family. Unlimited breadsticks for both of you.
We ain't as fancy as Olive Garden here.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not an Olive Garden stream. You give us a stale one. You
know? We're more Fazoli's, you know.
It's like, give me the unlimited salad and breadsticks.
Yeah, there you go.
Not you, the guy who used to be in ECW. Yeah, you washed up fuck. Give me those breadsticks.
Yeah, there you go.
You're making less money than me. I'm just sitting here.
That's right. And wash your hands, you greasy fuck.
Fucking being up at 3 a.m. because, time zones. So when I planned on being on at 6, didn't think about the West Coast thing and drinking brown fucking sugar bourbon at 3 a.m. in the morning, fucking playing Metroid. I'm like, oh, fuck, what have I done? What have I done to myself?
Those are great memories, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even just sitting there, just reminiscing about singing the country roads thing. That was a thing for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I always remember good times from DGDS and RMW and whatnot. It was fun. Just hanging out. It was supposed to be a wonderful time of camaraderie between the retro people.
It really was.
They were absolutely crazy events.
It really was. Yeah. I think most of the friends I have in the community are because of those two events.
Wholeheartedly agree. That's where the circle formed for me, and I branched out from there. And without you guys, I would not be sitting in this chair probably right now.
I feel like we should play like the Lord of the Rings intro music and stuff like that. Like with
you bow to
the fellowship. The fellowship.
Oh man.
That's great.
So what's next for GameSquadSquad? What do you got going on, man? I know you're chasing your RA. You're keeping that #1 spot. What's next for you, man?
I'm just keeping on. I'm trying to keep my #1. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Hippopotamus Rex, Sarconius himself. You know, a lot of people want to be #1, but I'm gonna make it difficult for them. But when somebody finally does beat me, I'll be happy. I'll be able to just stream whatever the fuck I want again.
But you're gonna make them work for it. Yeah.
I'm gonna make them work for it.
They're gonna have to earn that shit, right? Yeah, awesome.
I'd like to know.
You want to wear the crown? You got to kill the king.
I love it.
What is the king when the king is dethroned? Which I hope that never happens personally. But if and when the king is ever dethroned, what is the first game that you see on GameSquadSquad's channel after he gets to put away his RA crown and bestow it upon whatever brave soul that took you on? What would be the first thing you sit down to play that is not an RA game?
I will legitimately probably play like Mother 3 or something like that. And I would tell everybody to come in and just enjoy, relax, listen to a story or something like that. You know what I mean? Nice, mellow, chilled out stream.
That's excellent.
I would have said Color a Dinosaur.
I was thinking Color a Dinosaur. I'm like, that's what everybody's going to think.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to think Color a Dinosaur.
Oh well.
You had it.
I had it.
You were right. You were right all along.
Sometimes I have insights. It's the brownie, man.
Right now.
It's brownie.
You know what I'll play as soon as I'm done? Virtual reality Skyrim. So you can watch me pick up a wooden plate 500 times in a row. Look at this. It looks real.
Can you spin it?
Floating in the air.
It's like, you've been out of the first town yet? I'm like, no, I ain't going out there. That's too big. Like, look at these cups. Look at this.
We're gonna get Maxon on VR Phasmophobia. That needs to happen.
I'd be too scared for that shit. I watch people play VR. VR.
I just picked that up. I need to get on it. Yeah.
I would love to play it, but I don't know. I'd probably just scream.
Not into the scary stuff, huh?
The scream.
Scream like a stink bug landed on your face.
Yeah, no, I don't want him on face. Why is he on like right here?
Yeah, it looked like I thought you were doing like a Cindy Crawford thing.
Yeah,
I just dated myself.
little beauty mark there.
Cindy Crawford was nothing compared to Kathy Ireland.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I remember my adolescence spending time with the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Yeah.
Did you get the football phone?
Yeah,
who's got a football phone?
I think my dad might have had it.
Yeah, spoiled kids are today. Shit, man. If I was a teenager with a smartphone,
hell yeah.
It's like, you've been in the bathroom for 7 hours. I'm like, yeah.
Why would you come out? Oh my God, he's dehydrated. He's dead.
I'm just having a lot of trouble in here. I got lost. I had some map under the door.
You'd be deflated like that anti-drug PSA, but just from loss of fluid.
Oh boy.
You kick down the door and I'd be laying on the ground like white ET. And like the guys come in because they're gonna have biohazard suits on. They're gonna come in there without biohazard suits on. They'd be like, "Yo, come with us," and I'm like,
Elliot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be saying some 11-year-old boy's name when I'm laying down in the bed. I'll tell you that much. All right, I'm Kathy
Ireland.
Ireland. Oh God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wonderful.
But see, when we first hopped on, Bud's like, "What are we gonna talk about today?" I'm like, "Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. Let's hang out."
Yeah, and that's the way we normally do it. I always ask those, like, is there anything you want to touch on, just in case there's anything important that a streamer might have it coming up or something. But most of the time, it's like this. It's just shooting the shit. This is the same conversation we would have if we were just in a private conversation on Discord. It's just, but we're doing it live. That's the only difference.
Exactly.
And that was the whole idea behind it.
Throw a little summit up there.
Yep.
Only thing I can think of otherwise than that is I'm afraid of jungle cats and I don't want them to eat my soft asshole meat. Yeah. Terrified of them.
Is there a specific jungle cat that's more scary than another?
That's Ash Said High's fault. They're in another chat room and she was talking about Naked and Afraid, the TV show. I'm like, I can never be
I heard of that show. I never watched it though. I know what
it's like. Why not? I'm like, because I'll be afraid to go to bed because the jungle cat's going to come out of the bushes and smell my delicious asshole meat because it's the softest part of the human. And I'm just going to be, I don't want that to happen to me.
He was a leopard. He was a leopard.
Like leopard tongue.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was a leopard named Ryan.
Oh boy!
Inside joke.
You dropped that little nugget of info when I was watching on my phone out in the living room, and my wife, without missing a beat, goes, "He's right." They're gonna go for the softest part of them. He's not wrong. He has every right to be afraid.
Sleep with one eye open. Behold the puma.
Starts with the asshole and then goes to the lips right after.
Yeah, it just goes right.
The original ATM.
I'm like, Jesus.
That's back in the day, man.
Back in the day, that's where they got the idea.
Killing me. Yeah. Well, Bud, do you got anything else you want to cover? We do have a few questions that the crew that they asked.
No, man, I'm just going to make a statement, man. This has been a lot of fun, man. I definitely have enjoyed this chat we've had with you, man. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you having me here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite people on Twitch, right here.
Yeah, and you're one of ours for sure, man. Because when we decided to do the podcast, when I approached everybody, I had a short list, and your name was definitely at the top of it. So
I remember you messaged me and you said, "Hey, you mind doing this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "I'm just warning you right now, you're gonna get Max on there."
And what did I say? I said, that's what I want.
Max,
yeah, I want 1,010% Max, absolutely, and that's you delivered, dude. So yeah, we could do some viewer questions. Let's see. We got one from Not Enough Credits. Let's see. Would you direct an episode of Rugrats? Why or why not?
I would direct an episode of Rugrats, and it would be like Tommy Pickles is sitting in the playpen. And he gets the screwdriver to bust himself out. And the dad comes by and he just says screwdriver. He's like, nah, fuck this shit. And that's the end of the episode. That's the end of the fucking episode. He's just sitting in here. He's like, I'm going to watch fucking Law and Order. You sit right fucking here.
You just bring it back to reality. This is what would really fucking happen. It's none of this bullshit of imaginative adventures.
Or it'd be an episode where the cops show up and they're like, yo, why did your kid destroy the post office? Why was your kid in an ice skating rink?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did your kid shut down Reptar Land? Yeah. What kind of parent are you?
We are putting your children in foster homes. Yeah.
That was gunfire.
I love it. Sounds. It's very gritty. I love it. Yeah. I would definitely watch that. Yeah.
It's absolutely. Like The Shield, but with cartoons.
With cartoons. Yeah. I could see that as in a long. Very long story arcs unfolding. I could just picture it, man. It would be great. Yeah.
I can't.
Oh man, Rugrats SVU.
No, not that. No. Unless it was the mom, Angelica's mom.
Angelica's mom. There you go.
She was a babe.
Yeah.
She was a woman who had took charge.
I think she might have been my first wet dream. All right, let's see. Whoa, did I go too far?
No, now we all have to go around robin.
Yeah, now we all have to go around robin. No, we got one from Laid Back with a Beer. A question for Max. What is the most horrible Chivo you have ever had to get if you had to pick a single one single Chivo? That was redundant.
In recent memory, probably one of the ones from Ninja Gaiden bonus set. Overall, I want to say... a lot of those Final Fantasy VIII Chivos for dog shit. Like, it's like beat every boss without using magic or leveling up at all. I'm like,
yeah.
So you literally have to balance yourself out the entire game to make sure that this character doesn't kill anybody, this character doesn't kill me. Whoever gets the final blow gets double experience or something like that.
Right.
I'm being really long-winded about this, but these suck. And then some of the Roll Chan ones, like Roll Chan beat the entire boss rush with the Buster only without dying.
Right.
No, I'm like, all right, so these bosses are already harder than the entire rest of the entire Mega Man series each. Right. I have to do them all in a row. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, so working on that question, just because you had mentioned Final Fantasy VIII, and we were kind of talking about that earlier. RPG Chivo sets, or do you like those as well, or what is your favorite type of set to do? Because our RPG sets are so long, and I don't think I could see myself doing them.
There are great RPG sets, and there are bad RPG sets. I don't want to say bad programming wise because they're programmed perfectly. But for example, last week I started Xenogears. Tried to start Xenogears. That set is designed to make you do the impossible. Like it's designed to make you not enjoy the game at all. Like the first thing you have to do is win 5 straight games in a randomized rock paper scissors game.
Oh, so it's kind of tedious, yeah.
So it took me an hour to do that, and then I realized I had a version of the game that was not compatible with RA, so I did not get the achievement. And it was just kind of like
sucks.
It was kind of like those Max moments where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna stay here and watch what Max does, but it ain't gonna be fucking pretty at all. And but there are a recent one. I think Chard Monk was interested in Grandia. Yeah. Grandia was a fantastic set. I mean, besides all the wandering around finding all the treasure and stuff, the game literally makes you find every treasure in the game.
Oh wow!
No matter how minute it is.
Boy.
Okay, so it sounds like you do enjoy some of them. Yeah.
But it was a full front to back experience, the entire game in its entirety. Like no bullshit. It wasn't like B level 3 when you fight the last boss.
Yeah.
Some those achievements even beyond. Speed running, I hate those achievements the most. It's like beat Kefka at level 19. I'm like, why? No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So just run from everything.
Right.
That's not playing the game. That's just me just being a 4 raw ass cowards fucking running away from everything.
Right. Yeah. That's just I mean, I never pacifist Chivos and things like that. I've never been a big fan of. So.
I like balance sets. Chrono Trigger had a great set. You guys both agree.
I did do Chrono Trigger. That will probably be my one exception to RPG sets because that game is my favorite game. But yeah, that set was great.
No, I really enjoyed even doing all the freaking endings was really great.
All the endings was one of my favorite ones. Or
you know what set I can recommend to both of you guys as RPG streamers? Final Fantasy IV, the new set, not the Japanese set.
Okay.
Play that one. That game makes you experience everything in Final Fantasy IV from front to back.
You said not the Japanese set?
No, the Japanese set.
Japanese set.
There's 2 sets for Super Nintendo. One's the original Final Fantasy II, which is bare bones. The other one's the Final Fantasy IV set. Play that one.
Final Fantasy IV set. Play that one. Okay, cool. He's writing it down. We're both doing this. Ash said hi, taught us this, or reminded us of this, I should say.
I see you with that freaking green crayon over there.
I wish I did have a green crayon. I have a stupid pen that won't write half the time.
Yeah, anytime you need a pen, it's usually been through 7 beers already, so it doesn't write no more.
Oh yeah. Well, this one hasn't been through any beers. It's just a cheap fucking pen. So awesome.
If you're going to shotgun beers, advice on that. If you're going to shotgun beers, always a Bic.
Always a Bic. You flick your Bic into that beer can. Awesome.
I should get a sponsorship with Big.
Hell yeah,
like,
dude.
Use it for stabbing your cans.
Hell yeah,
like,
yeah. Be a big streamer. Hell yeah.
Or writing your stupid college homework down, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Tell that nerd to get fucked.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, so Harry Stone. Oh, I guess this is from two people. Harry Stone and NEC want to know where Max got his amazing shirt.
I got this.
I was admiring that earlier. Yeah.
I got this from Korea on Amazon, actually.
Korea on Amazon.
I'm actually a large in Korea. So when I go over there, they would honestly think I was Bigfoot or something like that. I go over there and I'd be like, yo, I'm going to eat all your whatever the fuck you eat over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Max is
I just take their papaya and crush it in my hand like a
Max is a
mighty
Korean
warrior.
cryptid.
Yeti Squad.
It's like, gross, disgusting fuck. Okay.
Oh, wow. All right. So, and I was admiring that shirt very, very much earlier. And Max is a lumberjack, and that's okay.
I like my lumber. I like flannels. Flannels
are good, man. It's a good look. I think my profile picture, I'm wearing a flannel. I love flannels. Harry Stone wants to know, what is the worst thing you've ever smelt?
The worst thing I've ever smelled.
Yeah, the worst.
Right now. I dated this my high school girlfriend was named Carolyn. And when I was a professional wrestler, I crashed at her house all the time. And I worked at the same place. We worked at Staples. We just got out of high school. And she would want to go out and hang out with her girlfriends. And I would be like, all right, well, I just got out of work, so I'm just going to hang out on the couch at your house and sleep. I'm tired, And I remember she would come in after a long night of boozing with her friends, ripping butts and freaking smoking and drinking until she threw up in her mouth and spit it all over the curb. And she would try and get on top of me and make out with me when she got home. And it was literally like the worst smell I ever smelled in my entire life. It was like dog shit, puke, rotten quesadillas, and cigarettes all mixed together. And
very descriptive.
Yeah, it was the worst.
I can smell it from your description. That's very vivid. She was
like a super hot girl, but I was like, get the fuck
that
up.
smell erases a lot of hot. Yeah.
Move like
I don't care how hot she is, because I could smell that just from your very vivid description of it. It's like, oh my God, I'm sitting here almost throwing up in my own mouth just hearing you describe
it. Somebody shit into a jack-o'-lantern and set it on fire.
I have never smelt that in my life, but somehow amazing. I know that smell. I don't know.
Yeah, never actually witnessed it. But
I've smelled those two things separately. But
you
combine them quite nicely in my brain. Yeah.
Is that's a Walmart brand candle?
That's a talent.
Yo, if you ever want to know my one weakness, it's Yankee Candle. I cannot walk past it. I get an instant headache and I start passing out. Like all the smells combined is just overload. I'm like, the Matrix.
Somebody should melt a bunch of them down and mix them into one ball and just there you go. There's your birthday present. Wow. That's funny. Well, okay. NEC's got another question for Max. What is NEC's favorite game? Oh boy.
I think it's Gremlins 2. I'm throwing that one out there.
Really?
But it also might be Chakan the Forever Man.
Chakan the Forever one. Okay. I thought it was Secret of Evermore.
or hide the sausage.
Or Metroid.
Could be
hide the sausage. It's definitely hide the sausage.
It's probably hide the sausage.
All right, so another question from Guess Who? NEC asks, what is your favorite memory of Herringstone? I sense a trend coming here.
My favorite memory of Herringstone was that time when we were trying to do the circle jerk, and Herringstone's microphone was fucked up, so he'd only catch like 1/8 of his like noises. So he's laughing, he was geeking out. And all he hears. He's laughing. He remembers it. It was literally the funniest fucking thing I ever heard in my life, because you see him going like this, but he's like blurring or something like that.
Please tell me there's a clip. I need to see the clip. Oh my God. He turned into Chewbacca.
Yo, like Sonic. He's going into the future, man. No, Sonic CD.
He literally turned into Chewbacca. Okay, fire me now.
Wow. Wow.
Fire me now. I fire myself. Oh, that's big.
Wow, another question from Not Enough Credits.
Yeah, please,
yeah,
please tell me there's a clip of this moment, by the way, because I definitely need to see that.
There had to be a.
There's got to be a clip.
Along a skyscraper.
Hey man, you want to plug the Circle Jerk because you guys got that shit going on? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, tell us about that.
You guys do the BC podcast every Sunday.
Yeah,
but that's a great way to end the weekend. But if you want to start your weekend off wrong, then fucking come hang out with the Circle Jerk.
I would argue against the wrong.
Circle Jerk streams.
So you guys do it on Saturdays?
Sunday, Fridays.
Oh, Fridays. What time?
Yeah.
9, usually 9 o'clock Eastern.
Fridays at 9 Eastern, Circle Jerk. Yeah, go check these guys out for sure. Yeah.
It's kind of like the what you guys got going on. We get four fellas all get together, and we usually just
shoot the shit and do your thing.
What the fuck we're doing,
yeah, man, it's the most fun ever. Yeah, go watch those guys. You got those guys on Friday. Come here on Sundays. Absolutely, fuck yeah, dude. All right,
bookend. Is it the bookend? We call it that, like
we call it the bookend. We call it the sandwich.
Yeah, Friday comedy block. You have the bookends.
Yeah,
you have the retro bookends.
The retro bookends. The retro sandwich. I don't know. Retro.
Like that.
Yeah.
The retro famwich.
The retro sandwich. Yeah, the sandwich where the 2 pieces of bread. The famwich. Did you say famwich?
The L famwich.
Oh God. Okay, that's
sandwich.
Yeah, we may have gone too far on that one. I don't know about famwich.
Well, I used to dress up as a.
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's all right. Famwich. Okay, that's going to be a meme for sure. We had another question from. I'm going to let you guess who this one's from.
Silent caster.
Silent caster. No, it rhymes with hay. Or Not Enough Credits asks, think you are most excited to do Mexico when come to visit NEC. What?
No, thing you are most excited to do.
Supposedly,
it's supposed to be thing. Okay, yeah.
We're going to go visit Jay in his drug compound down in Texas or something like that. His weed farm in Texas.
He's got a weed farm?
He has threatened to ship me across the border and have me hollowed out and stuffed with cocaine, which I'm totally fine with.
Game mule.
It's interesting.
Mule Squad.
Yeah, that's interesting. You always wonder how these things get into the country, but when you hear how it happens, it's kind of shocking. Yeah. So they just gut you and just stuff you and then just bring you back in?
Yep. He just ride me back in like a toboggan.
Like a toboggan? Okay, there you go. Just
there's enough room in this fucking abdomen.
I was picturing they build like a trebuchet and just launch you over like on Punkin' Chunkin'. Yeah.
Ride me like a flying carpet, a whole new world.
Yeah, a whole new.
Oh God, damn it!
Bad, oh man.
You ever see Always Sunny? It's like, I don't care, I'll be dead.
Yeah, that's right. What the fuck do I care? Just launch me out of a cannon. Who gives a fucking shit? Yeah, put me in orbit. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Wear a trench coat to get into Mexico.
Weekend at Maxie's. They'll just kind of have you ringed up with strings and shit like
country,
that.
Not I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Okay, so we got one from Harry Stone. What is your favorite kind of pasta to eat cold? I think I know the answer.
I know Bob wants me to say, because we did RMW, and
I know the answer.
I knew we were going to be up all night, especially me. Like, I'm supposed to be the one trying to keep everything together, So I cooked a big, mean bowl of ziti, and I just started eating it with my bare hands.
Yeah, I remember.
And then later on, I didn't eat all the ziti, so the hard upper layer of the ziti became crusty, so I had to dig underneath that to get to the soft, warm undernoodle, much like the jungle cat aforementioned.
Just gotta burrow in through that layer into the soft inner meat.
Yeah.
Killing me.
That is beautiful.
Everything comes full circle here.
Yeah, full circle.
Look, I even switched beers.
Oh, nice. I'm still on.
That means I'm having a good time.
That means you're having a good time. I'm glad you're having a good time. I'm having a great time.
I hope you're having a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't think Chard was going to have the energy, but Chard has been brought back to life.
I was thinking the same thing, man. Chard just got his fucking second shot. Moderna, I think, right? Yeah, you just got your second shot, and he's fucking bringing his A game and everything.
A game.
Dude, you're amazing, dude. Come on.
Dying over here.
You're dying on the inside, but on the outside, you seem quite jovial.
Thank you.
Okay.
You are quite fucking jolly.
Yes.
Very jolly, yes.
Yes.
Jolly Rancher. Cassidy Von Doom has a question here. It says,
finally, somebody else.
Somebody new.
Oh, don't worry.
Yes, Cassidy, please.
We'll come back around. Don't worry. Cassidy Von Doom asks Max, what is your favorite game of all time?
Nice.
Of all time, thank you for asking that question. I always love sharing this one. Is Snatcher for the Sega CD, which I consider Kojima's true masterpiece, not Metal Gear.
What do you do with Snatcher every year?
Yeah, describe Snatcher to us.
Christmas Eve, because not everybody has somebody to hang out with Christmas Eve, or even if you do, you can, if you want to hang out with old Maxie Boy for a little bit of time. Every Christmas Eve at the evening, we always stream through the entirety of Snatcher together. We call it Snatchmas. This will be the 6th one this year coming up in 2021. I'm always excited. I'm super pumped. People keep telling me, like, why don't you do Snatchmas into July? You know, like you do Christmas in July. I'm like, no. We got to keep it sacred.
What the hell did I not know about this?
You got to keep
it.
You
don't know about Snatcher?
No, I missed it somehow.
Well, it's Christmas Eve, bud. So I mean, you're probably doing something.
Well, this year I'm fucking there.
It's
unless I get
a good time.
I mean, unless I got something better to do. I mean, but yeah, if I don't, then I'll show up. Maybe.
Shit, I'll have my entire goddamn
if I
family
stay
around.
awake.
I'll still be
no,
watching that on my phone for Snatchmas.
I'm joking.
You know?
Yeah,
he does.
But you play every Christmas Eve. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's my Christmas gift to the community and selfishly myself. This is my favorite.
Yeah, but it's still a very giving thing because I mean, you could, it's Christmas Eve, so you're sharing your time and your favorite game with everybody. That's really fucking cool, actually.
Not everybody has somebody to hang out with on Christmas Eve.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah, that's really awesome.
I don't. If you guys show up, that you're the ones who are hanging out with me for until I'm married or something like that. Then you guys are all
like you said, until you got something better to do. But yeah, I mean, exactly. That's awesome, dude.
Excellent.
All right, we got
great question. Thank you.
Very good question. Yes, thank you.
We got to ask me like what kind of pie I would like to.
It looks like we got a couple more. Yeah, no, it's
I bet.
We'll cut them off at these last two. These will be the last.
I thought you were going. Okay, you go.
All right, let me ask you. Okay, question for Max. What tips would you give any streamer that can't get above 3 viewer average after 6 months streaming?
Guess who that one's from?
I would say, oh man, I would say
go on a Twitter rant. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Don't go on a Twitter rant. Do not go on a Twitter rant. Do not be upset by your numbers. What you should do is constantly try your event. If something's not working for you, even if you just want to be a retro streamer and you're not breaking the 3 viewer streamer cost. If you're not breaking that glass ceiling of 3 people, I would implore you to switch it up. Play a different game. Play something, hey, look at it this way. Chard, you weren't a 3 viewer streamer and stuff like that, but what did you do? You turned yourself into the RPG guy we all know and love, right?
Yep.
You're the RPG guy. And it's worked out well. It's worked out awesome for you.
That's
all I gotta say. It's like because Chard was doing the same shit. Do you want to really care about fucking Chard Monk playing fucking like Prince of Persia? He doesn't care about playing Prince of fucking Persia. He wants to play fucking RPGs.
He found his niche. Exactly.
That is my
niche. Find what you enjoy, find what you feel comfortable in doing, and build a base from that. Because you're always going to have people in there that are always going to appreciate your content. Because I would say to streaming is to find people that like you more than what you're putting on the screen. Because they will always come back. Now I'm
a very real,
I'm a very unusual streamer.
Yeah.
But some people like that. Some people like that. Right. Hey, like I'm like bam, bam, bam in your face. Sometimes I don't have nice fucking things to say. Sometimes I have great things to say.
Right.
Sometimes I'm fucking bitter. Sometimes I'm fucking super excited and happy. Sometimes you have to You have to be 1,000% real. I would say that. You know what I mean? And I'll always stick by that credence. Always be yourself.
Be authentic.
To some degree and stuff like that. You can be a kind of like, hey, I'm kind of doing my radio voice. I'm like, hey guys, come check me out this Saturday, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you get there, it's just gonna be Max.
Right.
It's just gonna be Max.
Sure.
I can't keep that up for a long time. The Sweetie Boy streams is the hardest fucking thing I do. It's horrible.
Right. Those are fun sometimes, though.
They're fun. They're fun, but at the same time, I can't curse. I can't do nothing.
Well, as an occasional gag kind of thing. Yeah.
I have to say fiddlesticks instead of
fiddlesticks instead of fuck.
I can't say scream it to my grandfather's dead, dying asshole. I have to say, poppycock and rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture the scenario where someone would scream into their dying grandfather's asshole.
Every day
to revitalize them.
Yeah,
you have to try everything.
I'm picturing retro achievements. I'm picturing retro achievements. That's all I could come up with.
Scream into your dead grandfather's asshole.
True.
I've probably felt that way several times.
It's a reflex.
On some achievements.
Somebody, when the doctor hits you in the leg with that specific hammer for kneecaps.
Right.
Who the fuck invented that? Fucking, it's a reflex, something like that. You die if you try and do something hard. You're like, fuck my grandpa's dad.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
My entire dad. Oh, pinch my dad's asshole.
There it is.
Very cool.
It's a reflex.
It's a reflex.
But you can only say fuck so many times.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you got to bring it you got to go that extra mile. Is what you're trying to say. Sometimes fuck will do. Sometimes you got to scream into my dead grandfather's asshole. Just depending on it's situational. Yeah, you do what you have to do depending on the given circumstances. Is what you're saying.
Make your point.
I'm gonna be 93 years old writing my memoirs on my deathbed and stuff like that. And and now it is my asshole being screamed.
This is why I love you, man.
Oh, fucking Max, never change.
His epitaph.
All right, we're gonna close it out with this is the last.
We got two more.
This is the last one. Wow, we're gonna close it out with this one.
You want to close that? Okay.
All fucking day.
Yeah, Chard. I'm out because you got your second shot.
The circle jerk came with me, and of course they're gonna fucking troll me.
I'm having fun though. But
They're good sports.
Yeah,
good sports.
I'll let Chard have this one. I'm gonna let you have this one. Go ahead. This will be the last one.
All right. GameSquadSquad. During DGDS, Bud tried to take his shirt off.
Oh God.
What were your thoughts on this?
I said, let him be free.
Every podcast.
Like the wild Mustang in Colorado that he is, and fucking be free. Let him make that money. Let him, because he was saying like, yo, $100, I'll take off my shirt.
Yeah.
We could have fed children with that money.
Yeah. Yeah. These nipples could have saved the world, as hairy as they are. Yeah.
Free the nipple.
Yeah. Free the nipple.
Expose yourself. We could have bought a kiddie coop for a preschool with that exposure.
Give a little belly. That's about all you're gonna get today.
Okay.
Every podcast, this fucking question gets asked. I just want to put that out there.
I think that's gonna be the thing.
That's gonna be the thing. I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, anytime, man.
Closing statements.
Yeah, closing statements. I just want to start. Yeah, I'll start. We'll go around the room. But, man, anytime you want to come back on, you're welcome. This has been an absolute.
Ziggy-zaggy. Oi.
God damn it. Oh, man. But, no, man, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. I have had a blast, man. This has been an absolute pleasure. You're welcome back anytime, Max. And, yeah, like I said, we go way back. Since I was just starting out on Twitch. You guys kind of welcomed me into your circle, and again, I love you all for that. You and NEC and everybody involved with all of those charity events. It's just been one of the highlights of my Twitch career, and you are a major part of that. And thank you for that, and thank you for being on the podcast and sharing your stories. It has been absolute joy. And we'll go around to Chard. Mike, any closing thoughts?
Max, you are at most my favorite person to hang out with on this avenue, and I always shut the fuck up. I always look forward to
anything. I just did this stupid fucking otter thing.
I wish you didn't live across the country because I would gladly meet up with you and get into some debauchery. I'm sure. You are one of my favorite people to hang out with, watch, and chill with, and I'm so excited and elated that you wanted to come and hang out with Bud and I today and do this. So thank you for everything. Thank you for giving me the drive to continue being the RPG guy and the support that you give all of us in retro. And thanks for getting me involved in RA. You and Frank had a big push on that, and honestly, I love it. I didn't think I would, but if it weren't for you and Frank, I'd probably still be too much of a bitch to even give it a shot. So thank you for helping me make what I've made here, and thanks for just being a good friend, man.
Absolutely. You can always count on old Maxi boy, both of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You're both fantastic streamers in your own right. I can't wait to see what you both do in the future. And be ready. Be looking out into the sky for that RMW signal one day to light up in the shadows.
I will respond.
Yeah, we will ride again one day, perhaps.
I look forward to
not in this pile, but I was going to show up the shirt.
Until then,
yeah, mine's over there. I'm too lazy to go get it again. I already did it once. You got your plug.
But thank you guys for having me on here. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun just shooting the shit with you. That's what it's all about. You know, when you get something like this together, the three of us, so you shoot the shit and that's it. You don't have to ask a lot of questions. We just fucking tumbleweed down that road and we see where we end up.
Yeah, it's the only real way to get to know somebody. Just sit down as you would with any other friend and just shoot the shit, as you put it. And it's always a joy, man. And I appreciate you, man. But we'll go ahead and close it here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out for episode 13 of the BCTV podcast. Once again, thank you, Chard Monk, my co-host. Thank you, Max, for being an awesome guest. Thanks to the mods, MTG Solid and Lee Clips. Thanks to everybody for hanging out and watching it. It has been a joy. We will see you again real soon. Until then, take care. Love you. Have a great one, everybody.